Jez, it's wonderful to be back down at DeanClough. Thanks so much for giving me your time today. I really appreciate it. And driving down just made me think of all those years, 25 years ago, when I didn't really know where I was coming, although I've grown up with DeanClough. So really special to work down here. And I miss it, actually. Miss you and I miss it. But just tell me, what was it that made you want to have the Community Foundation here?
I think first, for us, DeanClough, the nature of what is here is a reflection of the community in which we're based. Yeah. And it's about all the creative businesses and people and organisations. And the Community Foundation is very much an integral part of that. And in a sense for us, I think we never saw it as separate from that broader community, very much an integral part of it. And therefore it seemed a completely natural extension of the things which were already here at that point to welcome you with open arms. And as always, it's wonderful to see you.
Yeah, thank you. Well, I mean, for me, I hadn't met Sir Ernest, I certainly hadn't met you. David Shutt, of course, whose idea was the foundation, had already met you. And I think you'd kindly said we could have some office space. And as time went on, it made me realise it was kind of home. It was really home. It was that feeling, and I've had it again today, where whatever went wrong, I knew where I could come and I knew where I belonged. And I knew there were people around me, like a family, to support. Because when we started the foundation, it was pretty lonely, really. And of course, the famous memory I've got is the picnic table and chair, the trusty flip chart. And I don't know whether we had a telephone or not, but kind of, what do you do next? So the supporting kind that you gave and just the listening ear was really helpful.
Well, again, I think for us it seemed a completely natural extension, and in particular just so wonderful to have you, although from your point of view you talk about the sense of support you felt from us, equally for us we felt the sense of support and understanding from you about what we were doing and what we continue to strive to do here. And the Community Foundation and the way it integrates within the community in which we're all based is a wonderful and vital part of Calderdale.
Yes, yes, and the number of businesses you had at the time, how many were there then? I can't remember now.
It's difficult in a way to go back and remember specific numbers, but inevitably 25 years ago we've been here 33 years now, and keep in our terms fighting the good fight, working towards where we're striving to go. And the wonderful thing is the increasing variety of people and businesses and organisations who who want to be, and we're delighted that want to be part of what is a broad and varied community which is at DeanClough.
Yes, and I think when you first started to put the boards up, I mean, it's wonderful to be in this room now, because you and I were only chatting last week and I was saying I got such a kick when I came in the door in the morning and saw one of the display boards there which said Community Foundation, because we were C, we were nearly at the top of the list. Yeah. And lo and behold, we're sitting in this room today and it's there, Community Foundation for Calderdale, which is wonderful. Pipped by the BBC and a couple of others, but there we are up there, and it's wonderful to still have that association. And certainly when I realised there was this national movement of community foundations and then subsequently an international movement, I did fly the flag for DeanClough. Obviously for Halifax, obviously for Calderdale, but DeanClough was such an important part, and it was amazing how many people had heard of DeanClough in the south of England, which is always good to know we've scored down there, and to start a community foundation, this was such an ideal setting. None of us knew that at the time, but it was, because it's absolutely being in the heart of where it's happening, business, commerce, arts, as Sir Ernest used to say, this practical utopia down here. Yes, that's a famous saying, isn't it? Absolutely. And there we were in the middle of it. But equally that supporting kind where we could have the grant celebrations. Do you remember when the Duke of York came?
Yeah, I do indeed. Yes, I do indeed.
No, we had some.
Yeah, no, we've had many fantastic times here with the Community Foundation, and to me again, is that sense of the broad community that is here and the way in which, for me, DeanClough represents and reflects the community in which we are all based, and obviously the Community Foundation is an integral part of that.
Well, isn't it wonderful 33 years, 25 years, we're still here, it's still moving, it's still growing and developing. Jez, thanks so much from the bottom of my heart, and I know the rest of the Community Foundation team, for helping us get started here all those years ago. And the dream is beginning to be realised for both of us, so thank you very much.
As always,
thank you.
Pleasure.
Thank you.